How did you feel about what happened last year with the jungle? Were you personally devastated by what happened? Being that you've been so close to those people?
There was an incident. The case is closed. And any further comment will come from Chief Signer.
Okay, put your hood up a second.
Would it be the Unabomber?
Okay, Unitrasher. Unitrasher's daughter. There she is. Mrs. Uni.
With the nice pretty earrings.
Pretty earrings.
Pretty roses.
Pretty roses.
I'm homeless with roses and pretty earrings. Today, well, it's the 9th. Quiet, Shiva. And it's raining cats and dogs. Guys, quiet. I'm doing some taping. This is actually not so bad right now. There's my unhappy dog. Are you unhappy, Shiva, or are you just being a poop head because I got steak here? Watch. Watch the unhappy dog not be an unhappy dog. Watch this. Watch. Unhappy dog not become an unhappy dog. Not an unhappy dog. Little does she know, she's got a big old fat juicy steak here and she's a good dog.
How long have you been in Ithaca?
Since August.
Since August?
Yeah.
Did you come in with grassroots or something? Did you come in with the festival?
Actually, I came with my boyfriend. We were going to go to the Rainbow Gathering. We got a little late. We were a little late.
How long have you been are you staying anywhere right now, or?
I'm trying to get an apartment through DSS.
A little louder?
I'm trying to get an apartment through DSS. I don't know if it's going to happen. They're making me jump through a lot of hoops and stuff like that.
Do you have like a drug problem that you got to get through? Is that why they're keeping you there or not letting you in or anything?
That's what I'm a little worried about. Like, they told me I had to do a back to work assessment, and like it was at like 9 in the morning, and I hadn't really like woken up yet, and I think I fucked up on one of the questions, and they asked me if I had done anything in the past 12 months, like the past year, and I was honest about it. I didn't lie. I was like, occasionally, you know, I might have a drink or like smoke a little weed, and now like they're making me piss in a cup and like over that, and like they weren't like straightforward about it. They didn't say like, this is a drug evaluation. If you fail, you might get kicked out of the shelter or have to go to classes and or like rehab. They were like, this is a back to work assessment, and I was a little confused about it. I was like, why is it at the addiction recovery place? And they're like, oh, that's just like where they do a back to work assessment on you to see if you're eligible to work. If not, you might be able to get disability. So like, here I am thinking it's like, I don't know.
It was misleading.
Yeah.
One assumption that is made is that the people who are engaging in this behavior need the money. That this is, you know, they're poor and they don't have jobs and they're homeless and whatever, and they need the money. Another assumption is often made that a reasonable number of them have mental problems. Assumptions. The way I understand it, at least from quite a few sources, is one, the mental problem thing is not necessarily true. That, you know, it's not that these people are have mental issues. They're perfectly sane people. The second one is, while there are, I am sure, many, maybe even most, who need the money, there are others who just do this for fun. This is what they choose to do. Gee, I got the summer off between high school and college. What am I going to do? Well, I think it's a nice place to go. I'll hang out on the commons and bum some money off of people. And their parents are living in nice houses and all this kind of stuff. Some, and obviously, I'm not making the statement that they're all doing that. Some, I have been told, are in that category.
I just think people need to realize who their enemies are, and I don't know, like, the people that you see on the street, you know, even people that might ask you for money, I mean, they usually, like, I don't know, they're not the real criminals out there.
When mostly young people, and not so young people, sometimes, for example, people who clearly looked as if they were medicated would ask for a little bit of money. And I never minded that. I mean, we go to New York City with change and with single-dollar bills so that we can do that, you know. But when it becomes aggressive, then it's a different story. When it becomes a group of young people, and one of them asks for money, and then there is something like a Greek chorus in back of them, sort of making fun of you because you might say no, then it becomes a problem.
I don't know, I just don't consider myself a real criminal. I just got a restraining order put on me the other day by someone I've never seen before in my life. I was just walking down the street and I got arrested. And, like, stuff like that never happened to me when I had a house.
How long have you been homeless?
I can't even go on the commons right now. I'm on like a permanent ban from the commons. I was just walking down the street.
And you
like
can
some, I guess, people, I've never seen this lady before. She owns a store on the commons, and like people told me she's psychotic, but like, I mean, the cops believe her because she has money in a store, but like, I don't know. She said that I harassed her and like stepped too close to her store, but she never, like, no one ever told me I was on a ban from the store. I've never gone in April Cornell in my life. I don't even know what's in there. I think it's like little trinkets and stuff.
It isn't just the business owners, but it is also the countless people who live on the outskirts of the city, who have said things to me such as, I never go into the city. And I think they're saying New York City. Instead, they're talking the comments. They're talking about the center of Ithaca. I was amazed when I first moved here. I thought that somehow I had gone back several centuries in the way people talked about the center of Ithaca, which, you know, I think is a dreamy kind of place, is a wonderful place. And what is it that those people are really afraid of? It's horrible. They are afraid of people who don't look exactly like them.
Have the cops been bothering you at all?
Yeah, the cops fuck with me all the time. I don't know, you would think that they could, I don't know, find like some better way to spend their time than just busting homeless people for panhandling and like, I don't know, just...
Where were you situated? Were you at the Commons, or where were you when you were panhandling, or just everywhere that you...
Everywhere I go, basically, like, they signal, they like single homeless people out, and
Have you seen anybody else?
It seems like they just like use them as kind of an easy shot, or like target to get their quote in, and like, I don't know how to find real criminals like serial killers or rapists.
Carolyn Peterson is going to come up for a moment and give you a welcome. Here she is. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? It's a great event, yes? In a great city. Yeah. So welcome to this first event. And last night, how many of you were on the Commons watching them carve the bigger sculptures? Did anybody see that last night? Yeah, it was really interesting, and looks a little dangerous with those big saws. So this first event that the Downtown Partnership has put together is really unique. I understand it's the biggest ice sculpture event in central New York. Is that right? Yes, thank you, Katie.